In this match, Mikhail Tal uses his tactical skills to go up by a piece in this match against Ben Larsen, and Tal is playing with the white pieces here, and Ben Larsen is playing with the black pieces here. So this is a Sicilian on the board, and after the pawn gets captured, the knight captures back, and the knight to f6, not going for the capture, which will develop the queen. And after d6, bishop comes to g5, making this the Sicilian defense Richter Rouser variation, which is not that common. It's not that a common opening for Sicilian on the board. So after the pawn move to e6, this knight is now pinned temporarily, and queen goes to d2, creating a battery on this dark square diagonal. Also, now white can also castle on the queen side, indicating white will be castling on the queen side. So bishop to e7 now, and Ben Larsen is looking to castle on the king side. And Tal now castles on the queen side, and a6 by Ben Larsen, intending to push b5 later on the game, looking to push that pawn storm, and also preventing these knights and the bishop from coming into this b5 square. So after f4, uh, Tal is pushing his pawns on the queen side, launching on the king side, launching his attack. Queen now goes to c7 because this queen rook battery is threatening this weak pawn center of black. So queen gets out of the way to c7, and bishop goes to e2, connecting the rooks on the back rank for Tal. And knight to d4 now. So basically, this knight captures the knight, and the queen captures back. And after that, b5 now pushing the pawns and launching an attack on the queen side. But a better move was to place your bishop over here to d7, and and activate your bishop, but that was not played, and b5 was played, and e5 is now played, which allows for this pawn capture. And once the pawn get captured back, now this d file is in full control of Tal's queen and rook battery. So knight now comes to d5, blocking that particular access to that open d file, which also creates a threat on this bishop. So bishops get exchanged, and before taking back the bishop with his queen, Ben Larsen goes for the capture of the knight. So knight takes the knight, and attacking the bishop over here. So the idea is that if you try to move your your bishop here, you can just go for the capture, and if you take here with the queen, you can just take back, and after that you cancel. You can take back this piece, or you can even simply go and capture this if you do not capture it. So Tal simply places bishop to f3 over here, attacking this rook over here, forcing Ben Larsen to change his plan properly, because this your rook is under attack, and now you had to do something. But as you can see, Tal's rook is also hanging, and Ben Larsen captures that rook with his knight. So actually, that this is a blunder which costed him this match. A better move was to bring your knight over here to e2, and with a check. Yes, only this bishop can capture, but if the bishop do not capture, you lose your queen. So the bishop have to capture, and this will allow this queen to capture this um, bishop back, and the game will be pretty even. The black is still on the downside because of this control of the white on the d file, and black spaces are not that much active and or developed as of now. So that didn't happen. So instead he go for the capture of it of that rook, which allows Tal to place his bishop to d6 and attack the queen first. Now your queen is under attack. You have to use move the queen. So Bent Larsen just go for an exchange of the queen. So after which he could just try to retrieve his knight and get back in the game. But Tal places his queen to b6, and now the knight escapes to f2 over here, and still you have this threat on this rook. But Ben's idea was to create a counter threat for this rook, actually, which actually now, instead of going for the capture of the rook, Tal just brings his bishop and creates a check. And as you can see, all these there's no escape square for the king to go, and only the move is to cover it with your bishop. So after that, the bishop captures the bishop, and the king is now forced to capture back. And after that, the queen goes to b7 with a check, and the king cannot retrieve. There is no square for the king to retrieve, and it need to go back to the back rank, which basically means this rook is gone, And after that, the queen tries to come in and block it, because if you move the king again, you will lose the other rook as well. And queen to a7, threatening checkmate, is played right now. So as of this position, Ben Lawson resigns the game. A possible combination of will be like this. He would play this knight to d3 plus check, because this pawn is pinned here with this queen. So once the king moves away, you will have to block this queen, otherwise it will be checkmated, and the following moves will happen. And after which you will be able to capture this knight, and you will be up. Tal will be up by a piece with the rook coming into c1. There is an attack on the queen, and your king cannot castle and cannot go anywhere else. You are basically, the game will be pretty much will be over pretty soon, basically. So that's why he resigned as of this position, and the game got over. So thanks very much for watching. We'll be back with more.